I think we're on resolution.
Yeah, we're at resolution. Okay, so let's
Here,
see.
I'll put the resolution card up.
I want to see what this looks like. I'll have to actually go back and like watch the broadcast to see that, huh?
It should be
Oh,
where
I
the
see
roll
Booker
was.
Steve's chair now.
Yes, we can.
I wasn't there before.
But the
All
middle
right,
is
so
be...
what do we want to handle first? You want to handle the dragon claw coming out of the ground?
Yeah,
I think we should do the winner of the contest.
Let's do the winner of the contest first. And do we want to randomly roll to see which race wins what?
Just one roll? I guess you could.
Do we have a list of said races?
Yeah, we need all of our races, right?
Oh, man. We got a lot.
How about just the younglings? So you have one representative from the dragon stuffs, a Scar Elf.
The Ractonians, the humans,
the Ractonians,
the Trogs,
the vampires.
Or do you want to do just one from all of the horde? Or do you want to do one from each race of the horde?
I would To me, it would make sense that each one of them each member of the horde would want to go. Like,
also having more than one would give the ability to invite the one whose sword you're planning on murking.
Yeah, and then we can invite the Slaad because they're still around. We totally forgot they've infiltrated every single
civilization. I actually had a question about that. Does anyone know about the Twilight vampire people? Are they just staying low key since they're technically invisible on their home?
Yeah, they're probably not involved in this at all, honestly.
Yeah, because they would rather people not even know they.
Or do they come in pretending to be just the Ractonians because they're human? So one sneaks in pretending to be a Ractonian, or is invited in. I had an idea for the Slaad too. What do you guys think about the Slaad becoming, instead of it just being a race anymore, because they've so involved themselves in other races? What if they become like the Sith in modern Star Wars, whereas you could become a Slaad from any race? You could become a Slaad, basically. It's more like an idea or a creed as opposed to just a race. So like the dark side of the Force, the Slaad like control like a whole, like you could choose to become a Slaad.
Are the Slaad?
They're like the chaos magic.
Are the Slaad is the
maybe or.
Well, you're saying like the main race starts dying out on the planet,
right? So all that's left
smaller and smaller. So all that's left is their idea.
Yeah, just like in Star Wars, how Palpatine wasn't really a Sith. I mean, he was a Sith, but he wasn't the race of the Sith.
Yeah, the race Sith is long gone,
long dead, right? And I'm thinking since they've kind of diluted themselves so much, it would probably start to happen where it's just more like I said, like an idea or religion almost. If you're a Slaad. You're like one of these dark.
Dude, I like that. I've never even thought about that. Like,
have they gone through that much shit though?
They've gone through a lot of shit, and like we haven't done anything with them for multiple rounds. Every time during the resolution, we just say
their empire kind of fell, and
every time during the resolution, we've said that they've put themselves more and more into other people's affairs, basically infiltrated more and more and more.
Like either they're waiting to strike, or they've just immersed themselves in the world completely.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe at the end of this round, so we didn't do anything with them again. This is the round where they've ceased to be true Slaad anymore.
Yeah,
like, part of like a
there's probably like a few, but like as a civilization, the true Slaad are pretty much gone.
As a civ, they focus too far on the out and on the in, and then disease or starvation.
Yeah, so if you were to jump in this world, you'd be playing an Animorph that's secretly a Slaad infiltrator. So you have like a separate little set of powers or things that you can do because that's what you are. You know, you're still for the Slaad.
For the Slaad.
Yeah, instead of like physically infecting people anymore, it's moved to almost like a mental thing where it's kind of like the dark side, like you just infect people's minds and make them.
So we're about to start working on that right now. Like actually, that's what we're doing on this resolution right here. So Slaad civilization ceases to be and becomes more of an ideal.
Ideal or a religion or a creed.
Quick question: the base Slaad, like in the civilization, like the 9 to 5 Slaad guy.
Working 9 to 5.
I mean, they exist, right? Like they have services and things they need to do for their civilization.
Well, what I was saying is that they're like me and D are saying they're gone. Like they.
Yeah. What I was going to say,
you will still run into a Slaad here or there, but like the problem is like I could see how to where like if someone ran into a Slaad now, like an actual Slaad, and they were part of the Slaad, they wouldn't even know what the hell they are. Like they're so far removed from their base that they would try to kill each other because they would have no idea that they're working on the same team.
Right, because it's been
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of years, right? So maybe the only place
Yeah.
there still are Slaad are here, like where their city was, but that
Yeah.
city is now like a giant ruin or a dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like it's like a giant jungle
it.
ran over area.
It's almost like its own little area where there are Slaad that are still there that think they're still part of a great empire, even though it's not existent.
And maybe you have
That's-
Small village of just
maybe you have some macaw Strigoi in there, like the dark macaw, the chaos macaw. Maybe there's still some around that area
Oh yeah.
because they're not a race
Yeah, that-
anymore.
That place is probably a hellhole. Let's be honest.
Probably
Yeah.
fucked up,
Like,
right? It's like
yeah.
almost like a gate to
Well,
limbo
what would
or
Slaad
pandemonium.
do if they had to fight over food and survival? They would devour each other.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm assuming happened. And then the remnants or whoever survived that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you get all that, D? Since that was like
So-
we're supposed to be discussing the racism and came up with the whole idea.
I know. Like, let's discuss these other guys, like the Great Gate. Like, actually, let's talk about Slaad. All right, so basically, the short end is the Slaad civilization ceases to be and becomes more of an ideal religion or creed. And I'm going to put in parentheses like the Sith.
Yeah, best example I have.
That's a really
I
good
don't know
example.
what
Like,
to call it.
yeah, like it's basically like you're a group of people who want chaos to happen. You don't like order. You want to destroy things. You want to infiltrate. You want to break the mold.
Agents, yeah, agents of chaos, dude.
Yeah,
The chaos side of the force, bro. They're all
Exactly.
they're all about the chaos side.
I mean they are.
like
They're
that
very
idea.
emotional. I mean, like if you're chaotic, you're probably pretty emotional in general. You know, like you're gonna not be structured. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So that's cool. I like that. I like the because they haven't had an avatar since they got swallowed up by Magnetrix.
Yeah, they really haven't done anything the whole last age or this age so far. So it's been like close to probably 1,000 years since they've really done, or at least 500-600 years before they've done anything.
And they've been a dying race, but they've almost become like a thing of legend. Like there are probably people who worship them or worship the civilization, and there's probably people who are like their goal is to try to get the civilization back, but they don't even really know what it was.
Because I was thinking too, like I kind of like how Rome became so big that it wasn't really a thing to be Roman. Since everybody was Roman, it wasn't a thing to be Roman anymore. You were just part, like that's what they became. They became so spread out that they just have this ideal. And maybe we could even do a thing like the Sith or something where as we get further and further, maybe there's only like literally a few of them left. And those few are extremely powerful because they've survived this long.
Like basically like you have some gray Slaads or something like that.
Yeah. Great Slaads or like ancient Slaads.
I was gonna say so the core that's left of this failed Slaad civilization that's nothing with its former shadow, a shadow of its former self. But it's actually surrounded by the jungle full of near non-sentient driven crazy Slaad, half breed, half Slaad.
Yeah, not just Slaad. There's also all those chaos animals too, and like all the like.
So that's why no one ever gets to the middle.
Oh no,
because it's
a hell on earth. It's full of anarchic. It's an anarchic zone, which basically means it's just full of chaos. Like all the animals are mutated. Like everything there, the wildlife in the area is mutated. Nothing is right there. Even the plants are. You'll have animated plants that are dangerous and carnivorous, and it's a very dangerous zone to be in.
So
you could pretty much turn the whole island into like a giant dungeon, like if you really wanted to.
Exactly.
But what like a survival dungeon?
Yeah.
So what's the next resolution?
So
we're
we
still
actually need to
trying to
actually
figure
talk
out the
about
races.
Which races? Yeah, we got to talk about the Slaad, and we just went off on that. So, shoot, do we need to like just type this out real quick? Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we have let's figure out which races would be involved. So,
Animorphs, troglodyte, the different dragon,
primal lizard folk,
lizard,
and proto.
I would just do lizard folk. Just I wouldn't make them
all of them.
Yeah, they've actually become their own. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Scar elves,
Scar elves.
Scar elves.
the blue goblins.
Blue goblins, definitely.
The
Uh,
Hawkmen.
Hawkman.
oh yeah, hawk people still exist.
Let's
What
see.
about dragons? The other shit dragons flying around.
I mean,
Sure.
since they got infected by those insectoids, to me now they're just literally like D&D dragons. Like they just hoard shit and they're just around. That's how kind of we've been treating them the whole time anyway.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
other D&D dragons do different stuff too, right? Though, like there's
Yeah, well,
ones
yeah.
that hoard
I mean-
knowledge or
Yeah,
But they
not
wouldn't.
every.
I don't think they'd come and play the game though. I mean, maybe.
There might be one or two. There might be one dragon just decides. Like,
maybe
F
this
it.
early in the ages when the dragons are still young enough to.
Well,
give a
they're
shit.
not young anymore. They've been around for thousands plus years already.
Yeah, well, that's still young. Okay.
That's still young. How about the Kaya Dune?
Yeah.
No, they're just told if you can't walk, you can't play.
You can't walk, you can't fly.
And then somebody
what's-
got a lawyer representing
The meerkat folk.
Oh yeah, Meerkat folk. Yeah. All right, so
And
Anthropomorphs.
The Ractonians.
a living island.
Yeah, let's see. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that is it. Yep.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. So, will someone roll me a D9?
Roll it, John.
I'm assuming no treant people and no acid folk.
No.
Okay, D9. Okay, I'll type it in. There we
4.
go. 4.
So we have the Scar Elves.
The Scar.
All
All right.
winners.
One there.
So the hero, the next avatar is a Scar elf avatar.
All right.
We made them healers, right?
From District 5.
Yeah, like druid stuff like that.
Yeah. What if we make him like I like that even being a druid. What if he's like a petrified druid? Like he deals with like not death, but like that state in between, like that state of hibernation almost. So like his whole
Yeah.
thing is like helping things heal through like putting them
Put
through
him in
stasis
torpor.
or torpor. You know what I mean? So he's all about that petrification. Maybe call him something to do with a stone, or
What's the Scar Elf language?
we said Native American, right? For them,
Yeah, Navajo.
Navajo.
And I totally like did not have a chance to look at that at all. So, let me Google Navajo word for. Let's see.
I would keep it simple, like stone, and maybe
Stone?
healing.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find very specific phrases.
How about Kingu?
Kingu.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Are you just making that word? up?
Solid condensed mass of mineral.
I like it. Okay. Well, let me get to the right spreadsheet.
5-word
How do you spell
definition
that?
for the word rock.
Kingu.
How do you spell Kingu?
King and then 2 O's.
Okay.
They're onlet. They're umplas.
Umlauts.
Umlauts.
Kingu
Ooh.
or King. I don't know.
Oh.
We don't have our native German here to explain to me umlauts.
Yeah, umlauts.
So
The umlaut is the sideways colon.
Yeah.
This is like to accentigue.
Well, I don't know, John. I'm not a language expert.
The ones they use in French and Spanish. The little.
All right. So now he'll be the new avatar, Kingu. All right. So we have. Is there anything? Does Shinto do anything when he takes over the horde? Does he?
I mean, is he an honorable? Like, is he an honorable? See, dude, when Steve made him, I immediately thought of them as being like, you know how like ninjas are in L5R, but they're not. They can't call themselves ninjas, but like the Scorpion are basically ninjas. Like he's like that. So he's like a dishonorable version of like a samurai, but nobody knows he's dishonorable. But he does fucked up shit. He blows up buildings. He poisons people. He does the shit that nobody else wants to do.
Because he doesn't want to dirty the hands of someone else.
Yeah, for the protection of the horde.
Yeah, my honor is trash, so I will let you keep your honor and do that. So, do you think Shinto would start organizing? He would probably start organizing like raids, I would imagine.
Or are we saying that they align? I think they should align with the Animorphs, dude, and create like that giant horde.
What do you think the reason is for that?
The technology, man. It has to be because they're so much more advanced. The Animorphs are so much more advanced than them.
So is it because Demon Bear died, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think Shinto, is that his name? Shinto, I think he's clever enough to realize that if they actually fight them, that they're probably not going to win because of that island and all that power they have, and now they're up in space and shit. So he takes the opportunity to align with them to try to get access to their technology.
Like, so right after their leader dies, they say, if we're able to do that to him,
we could do that to you, right?
A little bit of a bluff of a show.
Well, and also, like, I could see how they go, look, you guys may have the technology, but our guy was actually strong enough to survive the blast. Like,
and he has
you may have technology, but we are stronger in heart.
Those internal
body.
Yeah, those eternal dwarves. So he knows about this like advanced technology because he's been around it too.
Yeah.
So he'd probably assume it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
So I think he would push to align. And I think if he's really loyal to the Khan, he might try to make sure that the other guy, the other lizard folk, doesn't try to usurp while their leader is fucked up.
So he probably. So do you think he takes out? He has the leader of the proto lizard folk assassinated?
Maybe, or if not assassinated, what do you guys think about him sending him to the Animorphs as like an emissary,
hostage,
to get him away from the horde, but
an
give
envoy
him a position of power? Am I making him too political, dude? I'm just trying to think of how the cons.
No,
that's how the cons did shit. That's what they did.
That is how the cons.
That what he would try to do first, post battle, is control the narrative. That guy didn't blow up because his own thing blew up. We blew him up with our thing.
With our power.
A good chunk of the Anthropomorphs died from that, so they don't even know what the hell happened.
Yeah, exactly. And so the first thing is take the narrative. What happened? We had the thing that did that thing.
Or both sides had casualties, right? I like what D said. Like, our strength was such that we were able to survive it. Like, so like we're not scared of technology. But if we align, we can work together now. We can actually rule this planet. Like, our strength combined. And then by sending the primal lizard folk or the proto lizard folk over, he gets them out of the way politically and creates a seed there with one of his tribe there. Because the cons just do it all the time, dude. They would take like their relatives and shit and send them to other kingdoms to rule. Hostages or to actually rule, put them in a position of power so they would no longer try to take power.
But I just meant like you give somebody of import so that they know you're not going to break the treaty because it's not worth that person's life.
I don't mind that. If you want to do a hostage trade-off, we can create an avatar that replaces Demon Bear for the Animorphs, and that person gets sent over to the Horde, and the Horde sends over the Primal or the Proto. So they exchange chieftains to ensure that they don't annihilate each other. Does that make sense?
I can see that. Yeah. Okay. For me,
either that or the assassination, one of the two. But the I like the idea that in order to protect his nation, he decides to preemptively stop somebody he believes is going to try to power grab, but in doing so, he is himself power grabbing. So who knows how the Khan responds when the Khan comes back?
Oh yeah,
the Khan might see it as a play against him.
I got an idea for the Animorph chieftain or the hostage. Right, what if we make it a fox, dude?
Like a Kitsune?
Like a Kitsune or like a fox person.
Since those are folk over.
It's a 2.5 foot tall Mr. Toad from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
I want to kick your ass. I'm just gonna beat you, dude. Oh my god!
And an alcoholic.
What if he's from that order of engineers? So the Horde sends over
Oh,
one of their great.
the actual Proteus.
Yeah, maybe even call them Proteus. I don't know, but maybe that's what they exchange. Like they take the technology over to them, and the Horde sends over a warrior to like train their people better.
Okay.
So kind of like Rome and the Huns.
Yeah, exchanging technology basically,
ideas
or tactics.
Yeah.
So is the Fox Anthropomorph the actual leaders of the Proteus?
Yeah, maybe he's the head, like their head scientist or their head engineer. See, and then he can get close to the scar, and now he can look at whatever metal or whatever is down there that those elves are working on, or those dwarves, and maybe he can start helping them develop their own shit. So it really is like a two-way street. Like it's a true alliance because they each have shit on each other now. I don't know. It's just an idea.
No, I like it. Let me just tell you what I got and make sure it sounds right. All right. So Shinto pushes to align with the Anthropomorphs. He changes the narrative that the lizard folk thwarted the Anthropomorphs' technology. Shinto sends the proto-lizard folk leader over to the Anthropomorphs. The Anthropomorphs send a Fox Anthropomorph, the head engineer of the Proteus, to assist with technology.
Yeah. Sounds good, yeah. I mean, if you did it really old school, they would like send each other's daughters and shit over. That's like what they would do, and they would marry each other, you know, to ensure allegiance.
I'm not sure everything here is working that well.
Ever. Half troglodyte, half bulldog. Like what the
whatever anthropomorph you want.
Yeah,
half troglodyte, half owl. Whatever, dude.
Oh man, no, that's
an owl trog.
Owl trog.
A troggle.
So where are we at next?
We got the lightning claw thing. What else?
The lightning claw
island thing. Oh, so we have these. I wanted to do this from that first thing Joey did tonight. So we have the brush fire.
Pookie. His name is Pookie.
Sorry. And brush fires over here.
Oh yeah, we didn't even go over how that affects everything, huh?
Yeah, hold on. So I didn't get to see on the map. What that thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking they were looking for the thing. They found that other lock thing right there, and I was trying to get them trapped there, but the magma couldn't work. But brush fires could; they could get trapped. So the idea I was thinking is that, like, in order to survive, they have to go into this mechanism, but then it seals them off away from that other civilization that they're from, the Animorph civilization they're from. So they become separated.
Apparently, T'Challa believes that you're a furry, by the way, Pookie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So the Kitsune love.
All right.
Only seen get frisky to foxes a handful of times, and every single time it was a live action fox.
Is it called screeching, right? Isn't that called screeching? Like,
I have no fucking clue.
I didn't know what a furry was until I watched CSI like the first season, and they shot Homeboy. Was in a furry outfit because he thought it was something like that. All right, so the Anthropomorphs studying the temporal box. Is that what we want to call it?
Yeah, the teleportation device.
Oh yeah, okay.
True.
That's what you're talking about, right, John?
Remember the box that we thought had temporous inside of it?
Yeah, which island was it on? This one?
It was on the green island.
That
island
block that they uncovered into what we assume is the inside of the whole material plane is the thing locked, right?
Yeah.
These are all outside layers.
They don't realize it's holding temporous, but it's holding temporous.
And now it's on fire, right?
We have the area around it is on fire.
Yeah, that contains it. So I was thinking the people that are there exploring get driven into this, and then when they get driven into this, they like get closed off.
They seek shelter inside the box
or inside the thing holding said box, the structure.
inside the device holding the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
The ones that survive and don't die in fire.
Yeah.
I was thinking of making them in order later.
Oh shit! There may be something more than a damn order later on. They may be coming out like the. Who knows? Maybe they're the Chronics. Maybe that's where the Chronics come from.
It's all in circles.
It is all in circles. All right.
Yeah, I had an idea, John, for you too. Opening up this thing we made, the forge. I was going to say that this lava, see how it's like surrounded by that moon dust, that radioactive moon dust? That's what actually creates the fire burning hot enough to create to like open up to the forge at the bottom. So like this whole area down here is also like now this radioactive fire, like all these black spots. This whole thing is on fire now. All across the bottom.
The whole. Is that black sand down there too?
Yeah, every place there's that black sand, that forge set it all, ignited all of it.
But just the south side?
Yeah, just the south side.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do the whole thing. I was thinking just here.
Yeah.
I would just say south side because of the way the world is. It's literally cylindrical.
Yeah.
Cylindrical.
So it's like permanent fire. So like whatever that dust is basically keeps it alive for a millennia, kind of like a fossil fuel does. So this is just all on fire down here.
That's going to cause some issues with like smoke and, weather changes.
Believes it's time.
All right. Is there anything else in resolutions that we need?
I had one more idea. I was thinking maybe we could roll a D100, and that's the lever that that Hawkman pulls inside that room full of levers. Like he just pulls one randomly.
But do we know which?
I was thinking maybe we could roll and see how we have these grid spots, John. Could you figure out like what grid each of these squares would be?
I could do this.
And something random happens in one of these squares when he pulls a lever.
Okay. Well,
sorry, is that too crazy? I just thought. It would
no, I like it because he's going to check it out. Like
he's going to pull at least one, dude.
I can't be in a room full of levers and not go.
It's levers and buttons and switches. He's going to do something.
He's going to do something. Yeah.
How could he not?
So we just need to figure out how many boxes there are.
Yeah, how many boxes, and then do the roll. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So from 250, so that would be 50. 5 times 10. 50. So it's 50 by.
Love this.
Yeah, sorry. Is it too much? It just popped in my head. I'm like, wouldn't that be awesome if it affects like a square of land on the world somewhere?
Well, it's going to be a lot harder to do this than originally, but it will happen. 135. Oh.
and then in that square, we go to the catastrophe list and we roll for a catastrophe in that one specific square.
Fucking A.
255.
Meteor sword.
330. So 330 divided by 5.
Jesus, that's a fun number. It's like 60, 65. No, 66. 330 divided by 5 is 66.
66 and 50 then? Roll a D15 at 66.
Yeah.
So
to find the coordinate,
in the right spot in the world, even if it's a little bit off.
Okay.
EFG.
So what's the first roll?
No. Roll, John. You do it.
Yeah. Okay. 1D50. I'm going to roll a D100 and we'll cut that in half.
Just roll a D50.
Well, just roll a D50, bro.
Yeah, because then you get an odd number.
Ah, damn it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so right there on the edge of the map. Nice, like 15 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're split. Wait, what time with this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. Right. I'm gonna put it right here. Actually, on. actually on the land. It's right here, right where the Quaddle used to be.
Sorry, my Discord crashed. All right,
Oh,
so
here?
mark it.
Yes, and for some reason, oh, your video's not back up.
Uh-oh. We were experiencing technical.
There we go. Yep,
All right.
it's right here.
We're
Boom.
excited.
Yeah.
All right. Now, D, you go roll on the catastrophe chart to see what
Gotcha.
happens to that one specific square.
1d50. 20. That's probably not good. All right. We'll go find that damn catastrophe chart now.
Planar migration.
Okay. Well, what
Are you
else?
serious?
Yeah.
What the?
All right, so we got to drop a race right there.
you serious?
Oh, so it
50?
opened a
Yep.
portal basically.
Yep, opened
And
a portal and something came
Fuck
out.
this planet. Seriously, who
man.
does this?
Son of a bitch.
I have a nice place to build on the bodies of dead Quaddle.
So where's it? Like right here, John?
Yeah, right in that nice
That's
little
where-
valley area.
All right. Let me mark that
It
with a
looks
square.
it looks lovely when you get into it. You know? Just nice, calm, peaceful.
Reticulating splines.
And then all of a sudden, a huge portal in the sky.
And
This is
fucking, like Thanos and his armies roll up and like, hey, what's up,
Yeah, it's
guys?
a-
Like, oh, son of a
It's a
bitch.
new race with 3 armies.
I'm just
Jeez
thinking
Louise.
this is like the trash dump of
All right,
planar
so-
accidents.
We should do something interesting. Something we haven't done yet.
Dude. Oh,
What
we
if
can't use
The
certain races because I was totally thinking Youth Yankee.
What about the?
I know. I wanted to
the
get thinking earlier.
The Animorphs escaped from an overlord enslaving them, right?
Yes, they did.
What if they finally found them?
Okay, I'm down. So, what was the race that was enslaving them?
I don't know,
I,
something
dude,
that
you know what I want to do?
controls
What if we
Animorphs.
do? What if we do? Remember how we said like they're functionally immortal but not really immortal? What if it's like a death giant
Can't
or
use that
like
one.
some kind of
Dude, I love Death Giants.
some kind of titans, like some giant immortal race?
Deshalla's going crazy asking for mind flayers.
Can't do it.
Sorry,
We can't use them.
What do you think
We
about death?
can't
What do you
use
think about
them.
death giants though? From 3.5.
We would love to, but that's like that
Death Giants.
intellectual property shit.
Yeah, we can't use mind flayers, Gith Yankee, none of it. Gith Zeri, none of it.
Of course you have a freaking yiffing thinking.
What's
Yiffing.
What's the Death Giant thing now?
They're death
Like,
giants.
They're
They're
so
just giants
they basically
that
are
undead?
surrounded by like soul. No, they're human. I mean, they're living,
Yeah,
but
they're
they
living.
basically like they basically lost their souls a long time ago. So they're basically they
Well,
have to subsist on other people's soul energy.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, perfect. Right?
People who live off of slavery.
So
pretty
they
much,
chose these animorphs
souls.
because they're functionally immortal, so they can suck them off for a long time.
You said that, dude, as soon as you said that, I was like,
See,
Suck
this is
them
what
off.
happens when you provoke. You see this, T'Challa. You can make it work.
How about we call them like Death Titans or something to do with Titans, dude? Like Nile Titans, like nihilistic, like
Nil Giants.
Nil Giants, dude. I like that. Like NIHL, NHIL Giants, Nil Giants.
NHL. I like that.
Like they're from. Like
Hey, I was just thinking, like, if we're gonna run into issues with Steve not showing up sometimes, unfortunately, we may have to ask T'Challa and be like, hey, you got a webcam and stuff? You wanna be our fourth?
Jump in. So maybe they're from like you know how like there's Jotunheim, like where frost giants are from? Maybe they're from like a realm like from Nil, from like a realm that's all dead shit. or shit that
And oppression. Dead shit and oppression.
Dead shit and oppression. Goodness gracious. All right, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the Claude Island. We still have to do something with the Claude Island.
Yep, the Claude Island, and that's pretty much the last thing in resolution phase, right?
Well, the first thing I thought of is that this wall of blue steel becomes electrified from the storm. So,
it's like a giant don't whiz on the electric fence right there.
yeah, it's like a giant electric fence, including this trench down here that got filled up with blue steel.
Oh my gosh.
What about its interaction with water, the part where it's underwater?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe creates, I don't know, storms, typhoons. I don't know what that kind of energy would do. Hurricanes all along the wall.
Oh yeah, it causes...
like royals.
Yeah. So like this whole thing becomes like untenable
It
for
almost-
water travel.
How about like
the Hawkmen are basically stuck.
So check it out. So
Kinda.
if
Yeah,
it
they're
makes
inside of
royals,
it.
right? So then steam rises up on both sides of the walls, or in spray. Well, spray, like so it gets foggy all around the entire wall.
Oh, I like that idea too, dude. So it becomes really like the wall of ice from Game of Thrones, all fogged out.
Yeah.
You can't see it until you get too
Yeah,
close,
it's
and you're
fucking
like,
dope.
"What is this blue electrical? Oh shit!"
But when as you get closer, like the blue is turning purplish from the
Yeah.
immense amount of heat.
Like the
that's coming out
hairs
of
on your arms
electricity.
are starting to stick out. And you're like, why am I feeling all this electricity? Like,
Yeah.
what's going
And
on?
then, and then the storm above it can possibly, like, if you're near enough, the storm actually.
So it's like it's a giant violet wall now from the heat created by the electricity. It's not quite molten, but it in between, you know, the cold and the electricity. It's this weird purple.
It's like plasma.
Yeah,
it's like frozen
plasma,
plasma almost.
Frozen plasma. That's fucking dope. Yeah, the Hawkmen are
I
kind
can
of.
tell you right now, the Hawkmen are going to have to figure out a way to survive.
They have the ability to breathe underwater and fly, right?
So the question is
electrical underwater too.
So the question is, do these blue mountains also become magenta, purple, electric mountains?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's badass.
Like giant nuclear spines.
So the whole thing becomes like a series of storms with pockets like of stability inside in between.
Yeah, because remember, we have magical storms next round, so this basically explains our worldwide magical storms.
Yeah, this is like the root of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely it's all purple.
So similar to the way the volcanoes had little dips and valleys sections where it was like nice. This is like
you mean like pockets, like eyes, like there's eyes in the middle of the storm.
And there's eyes, but they don't move. They're like from the spines of the mountain.
That's where the Hawkmen have to settle. Then they're probably gonna have to move their cities.
Yeah, they basically live in these eyes. Like they're super isolated now.
Yeah, almost Shangri-La.
And not by choice. Like they're stuck. Like maybe some of them might be able to fly so high to get above the storm, but like maybe that's like only a few Hawkmen can do that.
Yeah, it's like
extremely dangerous.
Remember in the old world, Hawkmen, didn't they have some ritual for getting elected, like some machismo, like Easter Island type stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So they're the same similar thing where it's like, oh, you had to dodge through all this to get out of here. To what? To go over here and get you had to come back with a leaf.
So are they like
grass?
Are they going to create like the Storm Lords to like an offshoot of the Tide Lords? Like,
they would. They would totally specialize in electrical magic. Absolutely,
for sure. Right?
Eventually, yeah. Like, like you're afraid of this. I was born of this. You know. Fuck yeah! Like,
are they going to end up?
In fact, I foresee the Hawkmen learning to create a mega weapon that harnesses electrical power.
Dude. So it's the new Death Star, right? But it's like an electrical.
The new Death Star.
So what's left on the resolution table?
I think we're good. Like the Weave, he formed an alliance. Rend moves our base of operations. Demon Bear's dead. Centenalian caused some shit from the damn chamber levers. Skarn is currently advising Shinto. Alatun has. Oh, does she? So Alatun does forge the weapons, right?
Forge the weapon, yeah, for sure.
So we're saying that order of the 7 is kaputis?
7 is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, dead.
Destroying the order. All right, yep. She forges the 7 swords into 1 sword, destroying the order.